The battlefield of your life begins the moment your eyes open. The enemy is not always outside, it's often inside. That voice of doubt, fear, complacency, that voice tries to greet you before your feet even hit the floor. And if you don't take control of your mind first thing in the morning, something else will. I was created on purpose, for a purpose. That means my life is not an accident. Every detail of my being, my personality, my strengths, my weaknesses, my experiences was carefully and intentionally crafted. There is nothing random about me. I'm not the result of chance or coincidence. I am the result of divine intention. There was a decision made in heaven before I ever took my first breath on earth. That decision said the world needed what I carry. And because of that, I have no reason to shrink, no excuse to hide, and no right to settle. When I understand that I was created on purpose, I stop comparing myself to other people. I recognize that purpose doesn't compete, it completes. I wasn't designed to be a copy of anyone else. I wasn't meant to walk their path, mimic their gifts, or envy their success. I am here to do something that no one else can do the way I can do it. I am equipped for an assignment that fits me perfectly, even if it scares me, stretches me, or challenges me. And the fact that it's hard doesn't mean it's not mine. It just means I'm growing into the level I was always meant to walk in. My purpose is bigger than my pain. Everything I've been through, every disappointment, every setback, every moment I wanted to give up was shaping me for what I'm supposed to do. Nothing is wasted. Even my wounds have wisdom. Even my struggles carry strategy. I've been prepared in private for what I will do in public. My purpose required pressure, it required pruning, it required process, but it also produced power. And now that I know why I'm here, I won't apologize for being focused. Purpose gives me permission to say no. I don't have to chase every opportunity, answer every call, or please every person. If it doesn't align with my assignment, it's a distraction. If it doesn't fuel my future, it's draining my destiny. I can walk away from what looks good to stay aligned with what is good. I can say no to comfort to stay committed to calling. I can say no to temporary applause to stay faithful to eternal impact. See, I don't need validation when I already have a vision. Knowing I was created on purpose means I live with intentionality. I don't just wake up and go through the motions. I wake up with mission. I ask different questions. I seek out different rooms. I surround myself with people who speak to where I'm going, not just where I've been. I move differently because I'm not wandering and walking in purpose. And every step I take is a seed I'm sowing into my future. Every moment matters when you understand you're living for something greater than yourself. Purpose is not a job title, a platform, or a paycheck. Purpose is obedience to the assignment on your life. It's the quiet yes when no one's watching. It's the consistent excellence when no one is clapping. It's the decision to keep showing up when quitting would be easier. Purpose doesn't always feel glamorous, but it always produces glory. And that's why I pursue it daily, not for what I can get, but for what I was born to give. There's something inside of me that's connected to somebody else's breakthrough. I'm not just living for me, I'm living for the people my life will impact. That means if I don't show up, something is missing in the earth. If I don't speak, someone stays silent. If I don't build, someone's destiny is delayed. I carry answers, I carry healing, I carry solutions, I carry transformation. And the more I walk in my purpose, the more others are released to walk in theirs. I was created on purpose, and that means my life is valuable. I don't have to earn worth. I was born with it. I don't have to chase significance. I am significant. I am here because I was needed. I am breathing because I am becoming. I am alive because there is still more for me to do, more people to reach, more impact to make. And I will not waste another day acting like I don't matter, because I do. Today I dominate my day does not dominate me. I wake up with authority, not anxiety. I don't roll over and check my phone before I check in with purpose. I don't let the notifications, the emails, or the chaos of the world set the tone for how I move. I set the tone, I create the rhythm, I determine the flow. From the moment I rise, I make a decision. This day belongs to me, not the other way around. I don't wait to see what the day brings. I show up and bring the day what I have already decided it will be. I am not a slave to the clock, the schedule, or the demands of others. I don't live in reaction mode. I live in creation mode. I don't spend my time putting out fires I didn't start. I build what matters. I move with clarity. I know what I need to accomplish, and I refuse to let distractions dictate my direction. My calendar reflects my calling. My time reflects my values. I don't allow urgency to overtake importance. I dominate my time by giving it structure, by guarding it with discipline, and by aligning it with purpose. I don't just go through the motions. I move with intention. My actions are not random. My steps are not wasted. Every phone call, every conversation, every task is filtered through a lens of impact. If it doesn't build, if it doesn't align, if it doesn't move me or someone else forward, it doesn't belong in my day. I don't need to be busy to be effective. I don't measure progress by how tired I am. I measure it by how much of my purpose I executed with focus and excellence. When problems show up, I don't panic, I prioritize. When obstacles arise, I don't retreat, I re-strategize. I refuse to let anything that comes at me break what's already been built inside me. I don't fold under pressure, I function in it. I was built to handle hard things. I was wired for progress. I was designed to lead. That means when the unexpected comes, I don't give up my power. I take even greater control. I shift, I pivot, I move forward with wisdom and faith. I command my energy. I decide what thoughts I entertain. I choose what kind of attitude I bring into every room I enter. I'm not controlled by moods or emotions. I feel them, but I don't follow them. I lead with principle, not preference. I do what needs to be done, not just what I feel like doing. Because greatness isn't built on convenience, it's built on consistency. And today I choose to be consistent with who I'm becoming. The people I interact with today will experience excellence, not excuses. I don't let other people's chaos become my culture. I don't absorb drama, I disarm it. I don't tolerate disrespect, I address it with clarity and grace. I protect my peace because it's the platform where my productivity is built. I show up with solutions, I walk in calm confidence, and I lead with emotional intelligence because that's what domination looks like in a world full of disorder. Every goal I touch today will feel the weight of my commitment. I don't just wish, I work. I don't just dream, I deliver. I track progress, I measure results, I celebrate wins, and I learn from losses. I don't waste time talking about what I could do, I do it. I take action. I take responsibility. I take territory. I don't wait for permission to advance. I move with the understanding that the authority to succeed has already been given to me. I dominate my day by being fully present in it. I don't dwell on yesterday. I don't fear tomorrow. I give my best to the moment I'm in. I bring my whole self to the task in front of me. My thoughts are clear. My heart is strong. My hands are diligent. I don't coast. I don't drift. I don't let the day pass me by, I take it. Every minute is a gift, and I use each one to move closer to the life I've been called to build. I am not average, and I refuse to act like I am. There is nothing ordinary about my design. From the way I think to the way I show up, I carry a uniqueness that cannot be duplicated. I don't need the world to validate it. I was born with it. I was crafted with excellence in mind, formed with intention, and filled with potential that exceeds surface level living. I wasn't created to blend in with the crowd. I was created to stand out with purpose. Average might be common, but it's not my standard. Acting average is easy. It requires no discipline, no vision, no fire. It allows comfort to become a cage and mediocrity to feel like success. But I've seen too much, dreamed too much, and survived too much to pretend I was built for the bare minimum. I don't chase average because average doesn't carry the weight of my calling. Average doesn't move nations, break curses, or build legacies. And because I've been called to all three, I have to move differently. I don't show up halfway. I don't give partial effort. I don't allow excuses to speak louder than execution. When I walk into a room, I bring presence. When I commit to something, I bring excellence. When I speak, I bring weight. Average people show up for applause. I show up to shift atmospheres. Average people seek approval, I seek alignment. And that mindset separates me in every environment I enter. I don't water down my brilliance to make others comfortable. I don't shrink my vision to fit someone else's level of faith. I'm not here to play small for the sake of blending in. I was born to shine, and I refuse to dim what God put inside of me. Playing average doesn't protect me, it sabotages me. It disconnects me from the level I was designed to live on. So I choose every day to walk with boldness, to speak with authority, and to operate in the fullness of who I am. Being uncommon means I have to be uncomfortable. I say no to distractions others entertain. I build when others complain. I grow when others quit. The standards I hold aren't for appearance, they're for alignment. Because greatness doesn't happen by accident. It's built by decisions made daily, often in silence, long before the spotlight ever comes. I do the unseen work because I know that's where real transformation lives. I don't envy the results of average people because I'm not running the same race. I'm not in competition with those who settle. My competition is who I was yesterday. My mission is to stretch the capacity of who I can become. So when others take shortcuts, I build systems. When others clock out mentally, I lean in spiritually. When others settle for good enough, I reach for the extraordinary. I understand that being above average is not about ego, it's about stewardship. I've been given too much to waste, too much vision, too much resilience, too much wisdom forged through pain. I don't throw that away by pretending I'm like everybody else. The more I walk in distinction, the more I attract divine opportunities. The more I embrace my difference, the more I multiply my impact. I wasn't just made different, I was made for different. I am not average, and I don't entertain average habits. I don't speak average language. I don't make average investments in my mind, my faith, or my craft. I surround myself with people who challenge me to grow, not people who comfort me into staying small. I pursue mastery, not mediocrity. I wake up with vision, walk with discipline, and end my day with intentionality because average was never my destination. It was just the path I chose to leave behind. I operate from faith, not fear. Faith is the lens through which I see every possibility, every challenge, and every opportunity. It's the belief that what's meant for me will find me, that the doors I need will open, and the provision I require will be provided. Faith isn't a passive feeling. It's a powerful force that propels me forward even when the path seems unclear. Fear, on the other hand, is a weight that drags me back, that questions every step and makes me doubt my ability. Fear says wait, but faith says move. And I choose to move. Fear wants me to shrink, to second guess, and to stay within the confines of what's comfortable. It whispers, what if you fail? What if you're not good enough? What if it doesn't work out? But I refuse to listen to the voice of fear because I know that it's not the voice of truth. Fear seeks to paralyze me with uncertainty, to stop me from stepping into the very purpose I was created to fulfill. But faith fuels me with a confidence that no matter the obstacles, I am equipped for the journey. It's not about having all the answers, but trusting that I will be provided with the wisdom when I need it. I choose faith because I know that faith moves mountains. When others see a wall, faith sees an opportunity. Where fear sees impossibility, faith sees a door waiting to be opened. Faith doesn't ask for guarantees. It steps forward believing that the steps will be ordered. It's not about a perfect plan. It's about trusting that the plan is perfect, even when the details are unknown. When I operate from faith, I take risks, I challenge the status quo, and I pursue dreams that others might think impossible because I know that faith always makes a way where fear sees none. Fear would have me believe that I am limited by my circumstances, that I am bound by what I've been through or by what I lack. It would tell me that my past mistakes define my future potential. But faith shifts my perspective. Faith says that I am not bound by the past, but that I am defined by the grace that is constantly unfolding in my life. Faith reminds me that the same power that raised the dead lives within me. It empowers me to break free from the limitations that fear tries to place on my mind and my heart. Operating from faith also means that I trust the timing of my life. Fear causes impatience. It makes me question why things aren't happening as fast as I'd like, or when things seem to be taking longer than I expect. Fear makes me feel like I'm running out of time, like I'm not where I should be. But faith teaches me that timing is everything. Faith reminds me that what is meant for me will come to me in its perfect season. I don't rush God's plan. I rest in knowing that it's unfolding in divine timing, and I don't have to force anything to happen. Faith gives me peace while I wait, knowing that everything is working together for my good. I operate from faith because I understand that the fear of failure is an illusion. There is no failure in faith, only lessons. Every setback, every challenge, every moment that doesn't go according to plan is simply part of the process of growth. Fear would have me avoid taking chances, but faith invites me to take bold actions even when I'm uncertain. I understand that each step forward is a step toward growth. Faith teaches me that it's not about being perfect, it's about being persistent. I know that even when things don't go as planned, they're still going according to God's perfect plan. Faith also teaches me that I am not in this alone. Fear would have me believe that I'm doing everything in my own strength, that I'm carrying the weight of my dreams by myself. But faith reminds me that I have divine help. I have the support of a higher power that is always with me, guiding me, protecting me, and opening doors I couldn't open on my own. Faith gives me the strength to keep moving forward when I feel weak and the courage to keep going when the road is tough. I operate from faith because I understand that fear is not a permanent state. It is a feeling that can be overcome, a battle that can be won. Faith isn't the absence of fear. It's the decision to move forward in spite of fear. When fear rises, faith rises higher. Faith is the antidote to the paralysis that fear seeks to impose. When I trust that my steps are ordered, when I believe that I am capable, when I know that the outcome is already secured, fear loses its power. Faith shifts my mindset, my emotions, and my actions, allowing me to move in boldness, to act with confidence, and to live with a conviction that the best is always yet to come. I expect favor, and I walk in it daily. Favor is not just a nice idea or a distant hope for me. It is a reality I expect to experience every single day. I wake up with the belief that my day is filled with opportunities that will work in my favor. I know that favor is not something I have to chase or beg for. It is already on my life. And I don't need to wait for others to recognize it or acknowledge it. I carry favor, and that favor works on my behalf in ways that I cannot always see, but trust are unfolding. Every interaction I have, I expect favor. When I walk into a room, I expect doors to open before I even knock. I expect that people will go out of their way to assist me, that my efforts will be met with support, and that obstacles will be removed as I continue my path. Favor doesn't just happen when I'm at my best. Favor follows me even when I'm feeling less than perfect. It's not based on my performance,